joining the channel and you like what you hear, you appreciate it, you don't like it, you hate it, but you are listening, you are intrigued, hit that subscribe button. You are tuned in to N.W.A. Stories with Lonzo. I am Dusty Vision. That is Alonzo Williams, the godfather of West Coast hip hop. Let's get into some questions. You guys have some really good questions in the audience, so if you have any more, just keep them coming and I'll copy and paste them. But let's start with Matthew Perry. He says, hey, Alonzo, who is the female singer on the song Love Letter? Great song, and how come that wasn't a hit?
Love Letter was, that's Mona Lisa. I was right after we broke up. I think that was right after Wreckin Cru broke up. Nobody wanted to do another turnoff. Nobody wanted to do another Lovers after we split. And I was trying to get back on the radio. And thank you. It was a great song. It was a great song. I wrote it again. I wrote every word of that song. I'm not a gangster writer. I write to impress women. And it's just one of those things, man. Every song you write, when you press it up with every intention of going platinum, and sometimes you just go plastic. But that was Mona Lisa. She sang on Love Letter. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
No, Mona Lisa.
Oh no, you talk about Mona Lisa. Go ahead.
She sang on Love Letters, Lovers, and she sang on every song, on every female voice you heard on the Rap and Romance. Is Mona Lisa also. She would have been on Turn Off the Lights, but she was not in town that day. Shout out to Mona. Today is her birthday. I'm glad today is her birthday. That's right. Today is her birthday. I saw it on Facebook earlier. Shout out to my girl Mona.
Mona Lisa. Now, so as a creative, Lonzo, you do go into every single song thinking that this is a hit?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You look, every time somebody have sex, they think the baby gonna be beautiful. Surprise! This little motherfucker is not cute. Everybody that have a baby think the baby is cute till you hold that baby up to a cute baby. And that's what your music. Sometimes you think I do. Every artist in the world, with you drawing pictures, taking pictures, making music, you create something that you think is going to be the bomb that nobody's ever done before. And yeah, I call them the ugly baby syndrome. And because you made it, it's yours. It's your creation, and you have the right and the privilege. And sometimes the audacity to think this is good.
So Love Letter was ugly child out there for everyone. But as any child, you love your ugly ones.
I don't think it was so much an ugly child. I think it was more of the music was shifting. Music was shifting when I dropped Love Letters. Music, I think.
Let's give a little listen to Lovers. Long ass intros always, right?
Girl, I sit here with my pen in my hand, trying to write words to help you understand the way I need you. Darling, I miss you so. Being away from you really makes my feelings grow. And I hope.
Okay, so did you talk throughout the whole song?
Yeah, it was just me and Mona. Just me and Mona. Then Mona comes in with a hook. Just me and Mona. I didn't have four guys.
Okay.
And I was trying to keep all the money to myself that time. Shit. I wasn't trying to share with nobody.
So that is kind of different and risky at point, because you're not necessarily rapping, you're not really singing, not even really spoken word, but you're talking on a beat, but you're making it flow. What went behind that style of music? Because that's obviously not the first time you've done that. You did it on your biggest hit as well.
Yeah. Again, in the 80s, dude, rap didn't have any guardrails yet. There were some standards, but especially when it came to slow music. We only had three slow songs up until that point. We only had I Need Love by LL Cool J, Lovers by Turn Off the Lights, and that thing. And it may have been some other ones. I wasn't familiar with them. I'm not saying they didn't exist, but I'm just saying when it came to slow songs, there was no real standards for that. So for me to come out and do a I don't know what you want to call it, a romantic style rap, I had the video in my head, brother sitting there writing a letter, and that was the whole vision for me for the song, and it just shit started changing. That's one thing about art, man. We have to be real careful about. We were talking about this. Me and Yellow talked about this today. We both have projects going through a production company called You Can't Erase Me, and we first cut this deal before COVID. Before COVID, it was a pretty nice deal to be involved in financially, and it was a shoot now pay later situation. And because of the way the industry shifted, we both realized, hey man, we might not get the money we was promised because everything went from celestial television to fucking streaming. And now when you start streaming shit, it don't get the same value. It don't have the same value as it did when you had celestial TV and celestial radio. The streaming channels on television, Hulu and Netflix, and they do the same shit to movie producers that they do that the music channels do to artists. It's the same shit. You get a whole bunch of streams to get a little bit of money. So you got here spending all this money, and most people still want fat budgets for shit. Same thing with records. Why would somebody go in the studio and spend hire union musicians to produce records in a real studio and charts and orchestras and blah 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 to get tenths of a penny for the damn thing to get played? Same thing with comes to videos. You got real producers, real grips, real everybody, real cameramen. And you got to put it on the streaming channel to get pennies. Nah, man. Nobody wants to. It makes the product. It makes the whole process. It diminishes the value of the whole process. Put it that way. Even when you go to put somebody like Netflix, they want to own your product. They give you a small piece of money, and if you go hit, it's all you signed off on it. So you worse off than you were back in the 70s and 80s in a lot of cases.
Man, all right. So Ray Brown says Michell'E killed "Turn Off the Lights." Wonder if Mona would have did the same. What do you think, Lonzo?
I think she would have killed it too, man. That's like saying Patti LaBelle would have killed